Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back for chapter 19. We're going to start doing half of the longer chapters, so it's not such a long time to listen. So today we will be doing half of chapter 19, and we will finish it tomorrow. All right. Today's chapter is Trolls, Witches, and Poison Apples. The trolls heaved and grunted at the sight of me. They smacked their lips. "Well done, brother. Looks like your trap caught us a nice, tasty boy." "But I wanted a goat," said the first troll. "Oh no, a boy is even better, much more succulent, practically a feast." They all snorted and hopped up and down. "He's awfully skinny. Do you think his legs will have any meat?" "I get the fingers. They look like the juiciest part of him." "I'll take the rear. I've been longing for a rump roast." I couldn't help it. I started laughing. Rump roast? My destiny was to be eaten. He laughed. "I like this human. Let's eat him now." The trolls closed in on me and licked their lips with horribly long gray tongues. I twisted and writhed, trying to free myself. If I could just get down, I had a sliver of chance of getting away, but it was no use. My bindings only tightened with my squirming, and the trolls were now packed in a circle around me. I squeezed my eyes shut and prepared for the worst. "Wait," said a troll. I opened my eyes. The troll held out his arms to stop the others from coming closer. Maybe he wanted to eat me all by himself. He sniffed hard through his fat, misshapen nose. "Do you smell that?" The other trolls sniffed too and stalked forward until they were all right up close. From upside down, I could see straight up their noses, all hairy and slimy. "He smells," said one troll. "Not like most humans," finished another. "Cut him down," said the first troll, "and don't let him go." It was hard to tell from upside down, but I thought the trolls looked a little confused. With a quick slash, I was released and fell right at the feet of my captor. I looked up and at him and squealed. He was terrifyingly ugly and smelled even worse. "Bring him over near the fire," he told the others. "Mard will want to see this." The fire. They didn't want to eat me cold. The trolls dragged me through the trees like a dead rabbit. I couldn't speak or even move. "Scared out of his senses," laughed one troll. "We have that effect on humans." The trolls dragged my limp body farther into the trees until we reached a small clearing where there was a large fire and even more trolls sitting around it. They released me, and I scrambled to my hands and knees to search for a way to escape. But I was surrounded by smelly, ugly, man-eating trolls. A pot of some stinking brew was boiling over a fire. Maybe they intended to cook me in that. "What's this?" said a girl troll. The only reason I thought she was a girl was because her voice was slightly higher and she had two long tangled braids. Otherwise, she looked the same as the rest. "The boy tried to eat the apples," said the troll, dragging me. "Of course he did," said the girl troll. But what did you bring him here for?" "Bork did it," said one. "He said not to let him go." The first troll, the one they called Bork, reached down and lifted me up by the back of my shirt with one hand. I flailed my arms as I hung in the air. "Smell 'em, Mard," said Bork. The girl troll bent down and sniffed a little, and then a lot. I held my breath so I wouldn't have to sniff her. Finally, her eyes widened and she looked up at Bork. "Strange," said the girl troll. I guess her name was Mard. "I know," said Bork. "I almost wish he had eaten one of those apples just to see what would have happened." A few trolls growled at Bork. They all seemed to think he had said something really horrible. A few of the trolls closed in on me. Maybe they thought the apples would spoil the taste of their dinner. All this talk of food was making me hungry, and if I couldn't eat before I died, I'd like to die quickly. "Could we get this over with, please?" I said. The trolls looked at me, confused. I guess they didn't often have people begging to be eaten. "Get what over with?" said one. "What do you think you are, making demands?" "Well, I've been through a lot, and I could use a break, so if you could just eat me fast." The trolls were all silent for a moment as they looked from each other to me and back to each other. Then they all started laughing. Or I guessed they were laughing. Their bodies were heaving like laughter, but their laughs sounded more like growls and howls and snorts. Bork suddenly released me, and I fell to the ground with a grunt. All my sore bones screamed at me. He's begging us to eat him, said a troll. We don't really want to eat you. What of you is there to eat? But, I started, here. Mard, the girl troll, handed me a cup of what looked like steaming mud. Or something worse. You must be hungry, seeing as you were trying to eat those apples. Have some sludge. The sludge was greenish-brown, and it stank and moved. All the trolls were slurping it down like it was honey, but it made it even less appetizing. I looked down at the sludge and then back up at the trolls. You're not going to eat me? Ick, blah, said a troll, another girl, I thought. It was still hard to tell. It's a bit of a joke that humans believe we'll eat them, said Bork. And they think they actually taste good. So vain. But it keeps them away, mostly. Away? Away from us, said Mard. Humans are trouble dressed up pretty, especially that greedy idiot King Bartholomew or whatever his silly name is. What kind of trouble? I asked. Humans, we, always thought it was trolls who were trouble. And that's the way we like it, said Bork. The other trolls gagged and spit in agreement. If those greedy humans didn't think we'd gobble them up, they'd try and make slaves of us. Slaves? But why? I asked. And the trolls looked in different directions and shifted uncomfortably. Never mind why, said Mard. The humans take one look at any living creature and think only of how they can use it. So, we've made ourselves out to be villains, said Bork. Isn't that smart? It's not smart if you're going to tell him, said a troll, wearing a helmet with deer horns. He's a human too, you know. He's not like the rest. Can't you smell it on him? Asked Bork. I can, said Deerhorns. Smell what on me? I tried to sniff myself. I was pretty dirty, but I couldn't smell anything over the rancid odor of the trolls and their sludge. The trolls looked at each other cautiously. Never mind that, said Mard. We're not going to eat you. I was still a little suspicious, sitting here in the midst of all these trolls who kept saying that I smelled. What were you trying to catch by the apple tree if you don't eat humans? Bork's trying to catch a pet, said Mard. He's always wanted a pet. I wanted a goat, said Bork, not a boy. Drink your sludge, said Mard. I looked down at the cup full of mystery mud. My stomach grumbled, but I wasn't sure I was hungry enough to drink this. I wish I had the meat pie, which was back by the road with nothing. I thought about those red, juicy apples sitting on the tree. Maybe trolls didn't like apples. Maybe they thought they tasted like mud, and mud tasted like sweet fruit. Maybe they didn't know humans would rather eat apples than mud. What's wrong with the apples? I asked. What's wrong with the apples? Said Deerhorns. Did you ever see an apple tree full of ripe apples this early in the year? I thought for a moment. Actually, I've never seen an apple tree at all. They don't grow on the mountain where I'm from. I've only seen apples off the tree. Well, that's not an ordinary apple tree, said Mard. All right, boys and girls, so we're going to finish chapter 19 tomorrow. I'll be posting the questions, so take a look, and I'm excited to see your responses. Bye, boys and girls.